announced at our October 2025 Monetary Policy Committee meeting that as a banker we have mobilized or assembled the full amount in accordance with our debt management strategy to redeem Namibia's largest ever sovereign debt, both the principal and the coupon payments. Today you will hear from the Minister whether our obligations towards investors have been honored, have been fully discharged. But it's important, before I ask the Minister to tell us exactly how we're going to do that and what the outcomes are, as the ED has said, it's important that I sort of give you a 2-minute paint on Eurobonds so that there is proper understanding on Eurobonds. Because some people think this is something that Namibia is the only country that has done that. And secondly, I want to paint a little bit of the macro picture so that people can see the macroeconomic management of this country is at the place that we are quite comfortable with as a nation. So as far as Eurobonds are concerned, we are not alone. Eurobonds, or US dollar denominated Eurobonds, have been issued by many sovereign countries in emerging markets and developing economies. They have done it basically for 3 key reasons: to support their own developmental agenda, to support balance of payments pressures they have got, and also to support their budgets. So that was the reason why many countries, not only Namibia, issued Eurobonds. Between 1997 and 2023, 19 African countries issued 91 Eurobonds. The largest issue of Eurobonds is Egypt. In that period, Egypt issued 22 Eurobonds. Thereafter, Nigeria issued 12 Eurobonds between 1997 and 2023. South Africa issued 10 Eurobonds during that period. Ghana has issued 10, Angola 6, and Kenya 5. Just to give you a flavor so that people don't think Namibia is the only country that's doing this type of things. So Eurobonds is an important asset class. For many investors, they see it offers relatively attractive risk-return trade-offs, and it's quite good for liquidity, it's good for transparency from an investor perspective. From an issuer point of view, from countries that are issuing, it's really giving you a wider access to the debt markets in the world. So that's why many emerging countries and developing countries are issuing that. So that's on Eurobonds. Secondly, before the Minister tells us exactly what we're going to do in Namibia, it's important that you appreciate the context of our macro. If you look at our economic growth, so in 2024 we had about 3.7% growth. It's going to moderate this year. That's about 3% in 2025. The reason of this moderation is basically because of weak global demand, one, and softer manufacturing sector, particularly in the meat side and diamond processing side. That's why you see a drop from 3.7 in terms of growth. But it's well above 3% that we have got. So we expect growth to pick up again in 2026 to around 3.9 level. So that's on the growth side. On the inflation side, we are redeeming our bond in a very disinflationary period in Namibia. So if you look at the first 8 months of 2025, we had headline inflation averaging about 3.6%. Even the medium-term outlook for 25 and 26 is quite favorable for the country. We expect over the medium term our inflation for 2025 around 3.6% and for 2026 to average around 4%. So from a macro point, both growth and inflation point, we are redeeming in a period where the macroeconomic management is on sound footing. If you compare that with what's happening in other countries.
I stand before you to announce the successful redemption of Namibia's second Eurobond. This redemption, valued at $750 million, represents the largest single debt maturity in our nation's history. It is a testament to our unwavering commitment to fiscal discipline, strategic foresight, and prudent debt management. As you might recall, Namibia issued its first Eurobond in 2011, and that was for US $500 million, approximately 7.5 billion Namibian dollars. And that was secured at an interest rate of 5.5%. Sometimes people ask, yes, you went and you got all this money. Where did you spend it on? We are very transparent. And for that, I want to indicate that the funds from the first Eurobond, among other sectors, it was indeed allocated to support strategic initiatives, including the housing sector. But you can still ask, and we'll give you more information. That bond was successfully redeemed in November 2021. In 2015, Namibia then entered again the international market or capital markets. And then we issued, or the issuance was then 750 million US dollars, like I have already indicated, at a coupon of 5.25%, slightly lower than the one of 2015. And this is the one that we are going to redeem today. Some people say, why are you saying redeem? What is that redeem, redeem, redeem? Okay, we are going to explain later. We are going to pay back that what we owed since 2015. Engaging with the international capital markets serves as a testament to Namibia's readiness to navigate its own future, reinforcing our confidence as a nation dedicated to sustainable progress. This initiative also underscores the trust that is placed by investors and all of us in our governance, our institutions, and our collective vision for fostering inclusive development. It is very, very significant that we talk about the Eurobond. The Eurobond enabled us to bridge critical financing gaps, support our national budget, like the governor had already indicated the purpose of the Eurobond. It was also to support our national budget, enhance our reserve levels, and stimulate economic growth during the period of global financial uncertainties. This strategic move was not aligned or was not taken lightly. It was a deliberate decision by the government to secure a long-term financing, like I have said, to address developmental needs of our country. The proceeds from the Eurobond were channeled into transformative projects that have left a lasting impact in our economy and our people. This one, I think you will all agree with me, and I do not need to enumerate the projects that were financed through the proceeds of this Eurobond. But I have to announce, because that's why you are here. You want me to tell you, where did we spend the money? We spent this money, the nation can hear. We spent this money in expanding road networks. Who has not seen the roads of Namibia? Give me a round of applause in behalf of the government. The energy infrastructure, we equally invested in education and healthcare, and it has really helped us to lay the foundation for a more connected, productive, and equitable Namibia. Moreover, the Eurobond played a pivotal role in stabilizing our macroeconomic environment. It provided the fiscal space needed to respond to external shocks, including commodity price volatility and regional droughts. In terms of its strategy and domestic market development, the government implemented the Sovereign Debt Management Strategy of 2005, alongside with the Namibian Financial Sector Strategy that covered the period 2011 to 2021. These two strategic frameworks recommended that approximately 80% of the government's funding requirements be raised from the domestic capital market.